My speech today is inspired by a popular television comedy known as Modern Family. In one particular episode, Haley Dunphy, eldest daughter of Claire and Phil Dunphy, very sincerely accuses her mother of ruining her life by shielding her from everything interesting and dangerous. Haley claims she has nothing remarkable to write about on her college applications because she has never had any obstacles to overcome in life. Claire sarcastically apologizes to Haley for making her life too easy and comfortable and for keeping her from getting hurt. Then, in classic Claire fashion, she takes Haley for a scenic drive up to the mountains and asks her to get out of the car. Claire proceeds to leave Haley there without any means of communication or transportation, all the while yelling out the window, "Have fun getting home, Haley. There's your obstacle." While this episode made me laugh at its absurdity, it also made me realize that, like Haley Dunphy, I too have had a safe, fulfilling, and disaster-free life thus far. Unlike Haley, I am not complaining. But it is difficult to stand before you and delight you with inspiring stories of my past. There are countless others that have overcome adversity in their lives and have inspired me to respect the amazing life that I have been given. While I may not share in their experiences, I can definitely respect the challenges that they have overcome in order to facilitate positive change in the world. Last Friday, October 10th, Malala Yousafzai was the co-recipient of the 2014 Nobel Peace Prize, along with child labor activist Kailash Satyarthi. Malala is currently a 17-year-old student from Pakistan, the youngest recipient ever, who at age 11 began to advocate for a girl's right to education in her home country of Pakistan. Unfortunately, the Taliban found this young girl and her beliefs to be so threatening that on October 9th, 2012, they ambushed her school bus where they injured 2 of her classmates and shot Malala in the head point blank. Miraculously, and with superior medical attention, Malala recovered and could not be silenced or defeated. She continues to campaign even more passionately for children's educational rights, even though the Taliban continue to threaten her life for her beliefs. Malala has taken the life she has been given and turned it into a platform to teach others about a cause she strongly believes in. She's truly an inspiration to me, and I hope that in some small way, I may have an impact as an advocate for education and academics here at Appleby as well. Another inspirational figure is Pope Francis, who incidentally was also being considered for the Nobel Peace Prize this year. He respects and reveres the life he has been given and seeks to improve the lives of others, especially those less fortunate. Pope Francis is unlike any other pope before him. He chooses to drive his 20-year-old Renault with 190,000 miles on it, rather than the gold-studded and ruby-encrusted Maseratis that the cardinals often drive. He auctioned his motorcycle to feed the homeless. He refuses to live in the opulent living quarters available to him as Pope in lieu of a humble apartment at the Vatican. He is reputed to sneak out in the middle of the night to spend time with the homeless. He washes and kisses the feet of young prisoners and hugs those inflicted with disfiguring diseases. These are just a few of the ways Pope Francis is revolutionizing the office of the Pope. He is a man of humble beginnings and chooses to continue to live as humbly as possible, out of respect for his past, his family, and those less fortunate. Pope Francis even has a Twitter account. He cleverly uses social media to reach the youth of the world with messages such as, "Dear young people, do not give up your dreams of a more just world." Or, "Dear young people, let us not be satisfied with a mediocre life. Be amazed by what is true and beautiful." These are inspirational words of wisdom to live by. I also have unlimited respect for the sacrifices my ancestors and my family have made for me to attain the wonderful life I lead today. My great-grandparents lived through the Great Depression, fought in World War II, and struggled with the communist government for most of their lives. Both sets of grandparents immigrated to Canada from Croatia with very young children and next to no material possessions for the sole purpose of providing them with a better life. My grandparents labored in factories and construction sites without the benefit of the English language or an education beyond elementary school. They did, however, recognize the value of a good education. Through hard work and tenacity, my grandparents watched my parents graduate high school, which already surpassed their own achievements, but were then able to provide a post-secondary education for them as well. My parents, in turn, were not the beneficiaries of a private school education, but again, through hard work, tenacity, and an appreciation for the life they were given, worked towards sending my brother and I to Appleby College. I respect the members of my family enough to translate all of their struggles and hardships into a life well lived by me. I can honor them by giving the best of myself in all aspects of my life. I hope to continue my family's progression of faith, ambition, good fortune, and selflessness. I learned a lesson in selflessness back in grade 3 when I attended St. Matthew's Catholic Elementary School. My mom and I discussed my upcoming birthday and what I would do to commemorate it. As usual, I didn't really know what I wanted. I certainly didn't need anything. My mother had an idea, which at the time was not exactly to my liking. Her idea included having a party for my entire class because it was never right to exclude anyone. My classmates were asked to donate as many of their favorite books to the school library as they wished, on my behalf and in lieu of presents for me. Like I said, I wasn't exactly 100% on board with this idea at the time. I was only 8 years old, and I still liked the idea of opening presents, even though I already had way too many Hot Wheels and Beyblades to count. I also didn't understand why I had to donate all of my presents. But little did I know that in preparation for the event, my mom and the school librarian discussed the purchase of a special stamp that commemorated the name of the student donating the book, as well as my own name, as a benefactor that would be stamped on every single book. These books are still circulating around that library today and have made my class famous. This gesture served as a source of pride for myself, my classmates, and has benefited the entire St. Matthew's community. This is a great example of how even the smallest of gestures can benefit a community. My mom wanted to teach me to respect the life I was given and to give back to my school. I will definitely continue this tradition with my own children. Respect is an abstract concept. It can relate to many different aspects of our lives. You can respect yourself, you can respect others, you can respect objects, you can respect feelings and beliefs. I propose that we begin to view respect as a verb, where we demonstrate its significance with our actions, rather than an abstract concept that we debate with words. At Appleby, we learn the meaning of respect from the very first day our journey begins. During opening ceremonies, we are taught to receive our school tie with a firm handshake and to thank you while looking directly into the eyes of the principal and the head of school. We do this as a sign of confidence, good manners, and above all, respect for those in authority as well as the institution of Appleby College. It is truly my hope that our futures are full of fulfillment and wonder and devoid of adversity. But I know that if there are hardships ahead of us, we can turn them into acts of selflessness and teachable moments, just as Malala, Pope Francis, and many others continue to do. Coming from a place of poverty or tragedy is not a prerequisite for changing the world. My life is different from yours, and your life is different from the person sitting next to you. But in closing, I ask all of you to respect the life that you have been given and translate that into a life well lived. Please stand and sing hymn 575.